Friends, as I said earlier, we are celebrating today Good Shepherd Sunday. The image of the shepherd has been associated with God even in the Old Testament. Let us reflect on how this was fulfilled in Jesus Christ. The Jews prayed the Psalms on various occasions, to praise, to give thanks, or to run to God in times of need. The 23rd Psalm, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," clearly indicates that the image of the Lord as shepherd has been in the heart of believers. We recall that it was a shepherd, Moses, whom God chose to lead his people Israel to liberation from slavery. It was through the shepherd's staff that God parted the sea so that the people could escape from the Pharaoh's armies. It was through the shepherd's staff that God made water to gush forth from the rock as they wandered through the desert. Thus, the image of the shepherd God brings consolation and assurance to the people. God is pastor, protector, and provider. And they affirm in another psalm, "He is our God, and we are His people whom He shepherds." Prophecies of old also envisioned the promised Messiah as a shepherd. Isaiah described him thus, "Like a shepherd he feeds his flock. In his arms he gathers the lambs, carrying them in his bosom, and leading the ewes with care." Reading the New Testament, we see that the image finds its fulfillment in Jesus Christ not only because he spoke of himself as the Good Shepherd, but also because it was evident in his actions. He is the shepherd who sought the lost sheep and reintegrated it into the flock. Can we forget how he called Levi the tax collector and loved him? He was brought into the band of disciples and even became an evangelist. Jesus is the shepherd who gave up his life so that his sheep may live. Recall how he suffered on the cross and assured the repentant thief that he would be with him in heaven. Even in that darkest hour of his life, Jesus did not forget the sheep that called on him. He is the shepherd who knew his sheep. They knew his voice. Oh, how will we forget that Easter morning when the risen Lord called Mary Magdalene by her name and she recognized her teacher? He will never leave his flock in despair. We just have to be attentive to his voice that calls us. Friends, may we never lose hope and confidence in the Good Shepherd. There is so much misery in the world. Rather than despairing, we trust in Jesus the Good Shepherd who liberates us from slavery to sin, who clears the dangerous paths so we could cross to the green pastures, and who gives us the spring of living water, the Holy Spirit. Let us also pray for our shepherds here on earth, the Holy Father, my brother bishops and priests and parents, and all who hold leadership posts in schools, the government, industry, and various organizations. May we become like the Good Shepherd.